Like, what a lot of us don't understand is that we completely have the power to make that impact on our lives. We can make the change that we want to see in our life, like we can in the world. We can do whatever we want to do. Just a lot of people put a lot of stories in front of them. They put a lot of blocks and things that can just not serve them. They can really feed into they're like happy to feed like the beast of like limitation, but they can't like hilarious. They can't, you know, do something that's great for themselves. And I believe it's because people don't feel like they're good enough. Like they make up stories, they say like, oh, I can't do this. There's always some kind of limiting belief that people allow, to just control their lives. Hey guys, welcome back to the Crystalline Podcast, a podcast all about self-love, personal growth, and self-worth. I'm your host, Sam Clark. It's been a minute, I know. Like, I've been taking a break, and that's fine. We can do that. We can take a break. This is okay. So, this episode, like, over the next few weeks, like, some episodes are going to be like, these episodes are going to be pre-recorded. Because it's the summer holidays, it's just going to be too much. And I feel like I can't be as authentic as I want to be because I'll be like, someone's listening to me speak. Like, always in the back of my head, like, my housemate's going to be home and it's just going to be like, it's going to be busy and it's just going to be like, in the back of my head, I'm going to be like, she can hear me. And I'm like, oh my God, no. So this episode is all going to be about making like an impact on your life. This episode is not scripted. So if it goes off the rails, I forget where I am. Bear with me. I don't think any of these episodes are going to be scripted. And this is because I'm trying to be more authentic. And I've been told by my executive coach that my episodes seem scripted. And, they want to be more real. And I'm like, what? Because it's like, as far as I was concerned, this is me. Like, this is me. It's just that I keep things scripted because I will forget and I will go off and I will be like, who am I? So, like, I can't even remember what the episode's about. Making an impact on your life. So, starting. So, making an impact on your life. So, like, what does that mean? Like, where do you want to start? Who do you want to be? What do you want to be? Like, what is this? What is this thing called life anyway? Who knows? So, I'm just looking at my computer because I remember last time I turned off and like, it was so funny. It's like a new computer. It's been through hell. We've been through hell and back together at the minute. So, what does that mean to you? Like, making an impact on your life? Like, what a lot of us don't realize is that we 100% have the power to control our lives a lot of the time. Like, there's certain things that we can control and there are certain things we can't control. And that's okay. And I think I spoke about this in one of my episodes. I'll probably link it. It's somewhere. But there are things you can control and there are things you can't control. Like, what a lot of us don't understand is that we completely have the power to make that impact on our lives. We can make the change that we want to see in our life, like we can in the world. We can do whatever we want to do. Just a lot of people put a lot of stories in front of them. They put a lot of blocks and things that can just not serve them. They can really feed into they're like happy to feed like the beast of like limitation, but they can't like hilarious. They can't, you know, do something that's great for themselves. And I believe it's because people don't feel like they're good enough. Like they make up stories, they say like, oh, I can't do this. There's always some kind of limiting belief that people allow, to just control their lives. And this is not the way. This is not how it's done. It's simply not done. Um, like it's okay for certain things. Like it just depends on how you feel. Like I believe you have to get your ducks in a row first before you can even attempt to make an impact on your life. You need to get, and I always go on about Maslow's hierarchy pyramid of needs, and I will link a video of how that affected me and how that really hit home. And I feel like that's the reason why I was like super depressed. And I think I really can actually say, like, because I said before, it's like, I don't think I'm depressed anymore. But then I was like, yeah, I got depressed. Like, I got to the point where I really just like kind of exploded um my emotions, like in front of my parents. I was like, I can't take this anymore. I've had enough. No, they said something that absolutely triggered me, and I feel like that was a way to blur out my emotions. And there needs to be like, I've learned that I need a better coping mechanism than that, because I find that, and I don't know if you guys find this as well about yourself, like if you're really proud and you're very like a perfectionist and you're very like, everything's fine, I'm perfect. That was the kind of like vibe I was going for. That was like the face I was putting on. When really it's like I wasn't okay, because it's like it's obvious. I was like, oh my gosh, this is why I think my sister thinks I'm high maintenance, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's obvious in my head, because I was like, my hair's not in a blowout, like, and like I'm wearing flowers on flowers. It's like, what? Like anyone, no one would notice that, but if someone really knew me, they would be like, it's like denim on denim. It's like, no. No, it's so funny. Oh my gosh, have you turned off? So anyway, I really just freaked out that the computer just went off, but the screen went off, so we're fine. So right, we're normal now. So yeah, so it was like it's so obvious, like if you knew me, that wasn't okay. It's like I did put my hair straight, because it's so ridiculous. It's like, oh, poor you, you put your hair straight. Oh, it's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, but to me that's like a real big deal, because it's like, um, it wasn't a real big deal. Come on. But we're all girls, we get it, right? Um, and it was really funny. But but I wish I said that, but I didn't. But I was just so overwhelmed with like emotion, but that was what I needed, because I'd like held on to things for so long, and I just like wah, like vomited emotions, darling. No, I did. And I guess fine if that's okay. But I thought I had like good coping mechanisms. It's so funny because like I said, I was learning to be a I was learning to be a counselor, or I was no, I was learning to be a counselor. Wait, what? No, I'm studying to be a counselor right now. And that kind of took a pivot as well because of all that, because I got rejected that day as well, which just didn't help. And I was like, I'm experiencing so much loss right now. There's so much loss happening. And there's so much loss happening, and it's just like, no. It's so upsetting. And actually, that's why I took 2 weeks off, because I was like, I need to process all these emotions. Like, I need to like figure stuff out. And there's also so much pressure, especially with this like podcast. I was like, I just don't. I think there was like a block. Like, I was saying, like, there was this block. And I was like, it's just so much effort, this podcast. It's like I have to do all this and that. And it's like, yeah, well, yeah, I do, but I need to change that mindset and look at it in a different way. So if you find that if you're stuck in these roadblocks, like these trees, coconut trees in the way. Some things they can't be right for you, and some things are just like minor, like that. Like all you need to do is like, change your mindset. And I really do. Like people always like tell me that I have to believe in myself, and it's just like it's so obvious. People really do, and I can see it myself now. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, sure. I do need to believe in myself because there was like this, change does happen. You can't control it, but it's kind of all in your favor. So I got rejected from that course I really liked, and it was like the best one in the area. And if I want to go for more, I'd have to travel, and I was like, I don't want to travel. And then through the rejection, they gave me like a link of like other courses I could do, which were like online and stuff. And I was like, okay. But then one came up for life coaching. And then I was like, I just thought it was all nonsense. I was like, "Ugh, that's nonsense because I want to get accredited, you know, so through the British Counselling and Psychotherapy like association, and or like any kind of like I can never remember them. Oh my gosh. I was just studying about ethical frameworks. What? These bodies, I'm going to say. Mental health people? Organizations. I can't remember. I'm just going to think on the screen. I have been studying this week. This has been on my assignment. So I know I spoke about being forgetful. It's like I'm probably not that much anymore. I don't know. Yeah. So back to the podcast. So yeah, so I was like, that's not credited. Like, how am I going to get credited? Like, what's this? Blah, blah, blah. But then I actually looked on the course and they are recognized by an accredited body. The body? Is that the word? I don't know. Anyway, so they are recognized and they are like approved and everything. So I was like, okay, so maybe I should go for this life coaching course. And I was like, cool, I should do that. Instead. But this kind of happened when I was like super depressed. This is kind of like the aftermath where you have that like a vulnerability hangover. And I was like in that state and I just went to my nan's and I was just like, the thing that my parents have decided affected me so much. I can't even talk about it. Like, it's like my Voldemort right now. I'm like, I'm not even gonna talk about them. I'm gonna talk about what they've done. I'm just so mad. But it's horrible because you only get a limited time amount, like an amount of time with your parents, and it's like a loss of that as well. So it's just like, just no. So yeah, so I said that, and what else was it? I'm really trying to get my brain to remember stuff, so I'm training my brain to like, what's the past? Um, so yeah, so that really affected me. Just spoke about Voldemort. Okay, so I was really upset. So I went to my nan, who's basically like my mum anyway. She's so maternal. Like she's got the maternal, so is my aunt. They're just maternal people and I love them. And yeah, I just cried and I was just like after it, I was just like, because we spoke about sending a letter, like an email back to those course people and be like, well, actually, you're wrong. No. No, it's like, yeah, incorrect. Yeah, it was like that. And I like thought about it and I was just like, you know what? Because I had this strong pull towards being a life coach. And like the reason why I never chose it before is because it was like it just felt like this was a thing that kind of came up through lockdown and everyone was like a life coach and it wasn't really something to be proud of or like, ooh, you know, it's like, all right, yeah, cool, life coach, calling yourself a life coach. It's like It's because like anyone could be a life coach and stuff, but I will actually be qualified. No, it's like by an accredited body. No, well, yeah, but still. Um, but I was like, I was so put off by it for such a long time because, like, again, I'm very hard on myself. Like, I'm very like proud. My mum was like, "Guess because you're a Leo, Madonna's a Leo, and this is why." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Okay, I guess so." In the astrology, I don't know what's a Leo astrology, but yeah, I don't think I care for astronomy. No, astronomy. I listen to Star Talk radio a lot. Leo, I guess. Leonardo DiCaprio. Or Babe. I'm too old from now. I'm 32. Um, let's have a look. Personality. Let's go. Oh my god. What's my weakness? Self-centered, vain, dramatic, and domineering. I feel like that actually. What? Like also being naive, sharing their generosity and kindness with people. Take advantage of it. They worry over other people's opinions of them. All right, WikiHow. Let's who should I marry? Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius? Where are you? No, so I don't know, but I'm reading a book called Surrounded by Idiots, which I really love the what the book's saying, but it's not grammarly correct. Grammatically correct. It's not grammatically correct because it's very he based when it should be like the correct grammar. So Leos love to lead, perform, talk, admire, be admired. Absolutely. Like, there's a reason why sometimes I can't find a guy because I feel like they just don't admire me enough. Um, receive praise and respect from others. Like, I'm not needy, but I have like a need counter, and I'm like, is it full? Okay, now go away. But I just fail. Like, I've always failed. No, someone has failed to reach my needs. And I'm not gonna lower them, and you shouldn't lower them for anyone. Full stop. Even if you have to be alone for a long time, because I've been alone for a while, and that's fine. Gotta find my knight in shining armor somehow, because you have to wait. And I heard this from I actually follow a Christian influencer. Don't know why. I just do. I love her. She's amazing. I'm not a Christian, but okay. Oh yes. No, I am a Christian. I have been baptized. Anyway, moving on. No, have I been baptized? I've been christened. I've been christened. Like I went for a phase, like all the kids were like all the kids. No, like because I was like 18 and stuff, and all the 18-year-olds were like going to the clubs, getting drunk, hanging out, having fun, and there's me just like getting baptized. Okay, no, I haven't been baptized, I've been christened. Meh. I can be narcissistic? Well, I hope not. I did go for a phase. We all go for a phase of be like, am I a narcissist? And if you question it, you're not. Again, this kind of comes back to like, don't ever feel like, you know, anyone you shouldn't let people have control over your lives. Also, like you can really put your foot down. You can really put the hammer down. I always picture like when Thor goes like and he's just like bam. And that's how you should be when it comes to your life. Like nobody has a say in it. And you can really take charge of it. And you can really change it for the better if you wanted to. Like it really is up to you no matter what. And and you know there's nothing wrong with like who you are and what you do. There's nothing wrong with your goals and your ambitions unless they're like, Hitlerish. Don't like let, anyone else impact you. It's like what you do is yours and yours alone. Like you have these ideas, that, you want to do, want to aspire to, and I know some things get in the way. Like, but if again, I think I've said this yesterday when I was recording, it's like if things are meant to be yours, they will be, no matter what. And that's like a real beautiful thing about it. Like sometimes we can get lost, we can get lost with things going along, anything can happen throughout your life and la di da. But you really can, it's amazing, like when you realize it, you really can take charge and you really can put your foot down and put that hammer down and say, like, no, this is what I want. This is who I am. This is what I need to do. I can do it. Let's embark on an adventure. Let's go. Let's change things for the better. And yeah, like I said, that's easier said than done because I said, like, you know, I completely understand and completely empathize with people that are in a stage where they feel like they can't do anything. Like, not even, like I've said before, like brushing your teeth is like the hardest thing to do in the day, like getting up, you know, doing anything like where you just feel drained and you have that headache and you're just like, oh, nothing, I'm going to mount to nothing vibes. And it's like, no. You are, and everything is temporary. Like this too shall pass. Like, and I love that where the king had the ring. It's like this too shall pass. But and that means everything. And I always get that in my head when like something great is happening. I'll be like at a Taylor Swift concert. I'm like, this too shall pass. I'm like, so really, you know, it's like you're never really in control, but you are. Though there are some things you can control. Like, you can't control the snow, but you can build a snowman. Like, there are things you can and can't do. It's just like that, in Friends where it's like the salt shaker. But the salt. Um, yeah. So there are things you can and the things you can't do. Don't ever worry about it. Just do what you can control. So in saying that, you can have the impact on your life that you want to have and just hammer anyone that gets in the way. Not literally, but I mean like Thor. He's with Melanor. I can't even say it. Melanor? Melanoma? I don't know. What is the name of that hammer? Melamir? So, so yeah, Melamir. I can't even. It's just like, yeah. So I think we're gonna leave it there, guys, for this episode. I'm gonna move on to another one. Probably gonna put a jumper on and be like, "Hi, it's a new day." No, I'm not. I'm gonna keep it the same, but for you, it's just gonna be like spread out over the holidays. Because again, it's just gonna be like my housemate's here, and it's like I love her, but I can't be. Like, I just like in the back of my head, it's like she's probably judging me on what I'm saying. To be honest, we could probably do an episode together. I don't know. I don't have another microphone that's cute and great though, so maybe I need to invest in that. So guys, like great news, my paperback journal is out right now. My website will be up very soon. It probably is at time of recording is not up right now, but it will be. So stay tuned for that. It will be posted on the community, whether or not it's up now. There's no deadline. I've not set a deadline for it. I've not set like a launch for it. So it's like it's just gonna be there. It's like when I'm done, it's done. But right now it's just working on a few things and it's making me want to fall asleep because it's just so much. And guys, with it, there's gonna be my app and that's free to sign up to. There'll be like free workshops and stuff you can join and like freebies to download and Um, just like building a community for like you guys so we can have a chat and talk and get to know each other and, see where it's at. What else is on there? I have no idea, but there's an app and it's cute and I can't wait. Um, what else? So my book's out. No, my journal's out. My book is not out yet. Um, what else? So workshops, building that community. Hmm. No, I think that's everything. So yeah, stay tuned. There's gonna be so many more episodes out. It's gonna be fun because I have to record all of these in one sitting, and I'm so burnt out. No, it's gonna be fine. So, hope you got something from this. If you didn't, fine. If you did, yeah, like, subscribe, follow me. Like literally in the street. I don't think I'd appreciate that. I have golf clubs. So enough of the weirdness. Thank you so much for joining. I've been your host, Summer Clark, and this has been the Crystalline Podcast. Thank you so much.